Joining me now is Nevada Congressman Stephen Horsford, chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. Congressman, Mr. Chairman, I have to quickly get your response to the latest Israeli strikes in Lebanon. The U.S. says it had no prior knowledge of the operation that took the life of this Hezbollah leader. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken has called on Israel to accept a 21-day ceasefire plan. What are your thoughts?
Well, Reverend Sharpton, it's good to be on your show. And you're right. It's time to meet the moment, as you said at the top of the hour. And it is time for us to get to a ceasefire. The tragic situation is further affecting innocent civilians. We need to ensure humanitarian aid gets to those who need it the most. And this is why there was so much concern about having an escalation, and why Prime Minister Netanyahu really does have to consider today what the next actions need to be. Yes, Israel should be able to defend itself, and how it does it matters.
Now, turning back to the U.S., you called this week for the censure of your Republican colleague in the House, Louisiana Congressman Clay Higgins, after he made a social media post he later deleted calling Haitians thugs and gangsters. I was with the Prime Minister of Haiti this week, who was here at the UN. This is outrageous. He called on them to leave the country, and repeating unfounded claims about eating pets, first put forward by former President Trump and his running mate, Senator J.D. Vance. You confronted Congressman Higgins about his post. What did he have to say for himself?
Well, not much, and it really doesn't matter, because it's this type of racist rhetoric that's hateful. It's filled with vitriol, pitting one group of people, in this case Haitian immigrants, Haitian Americans, against another group. Today it's Haitian Americans. Who will it be tomorrow, Reverend Sharpton? And so we did call on him to remove the post, but it's not so much about him using the official post. It's the underlying white supremacy ideology that Clay Higgins and former President Donald Trump and Senator J.D. Vance continue to perpetuate. And they are about dividing Americans, pitting one group of people against each other. That has to stop. Enough is enough. We have children who are afraid to go to school, communities who are under attack. The Congressional Black Caucus and our Haiti Congressional Caucus met with more than 100 Haitian leaders yesterday on a national telephone call, and they are fearful for their very lives. And again, today it's Haitian Americans, but who will it be tomorrow?
Well, while we're on the topic of overheated rhetoric, the Bulwark was first to report this week that North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson's long list of offensive posts online allegedly included comments calling for my death. It's not the first time I've been targeted. I've even been stabbed once at a nonviolent march. But what concerns me most deeply is the pattern of behavior by this candidate for governor, endorsed by Donald Trump himself, who seems to have no problem with violence directed at anyone who disagrees with him. What's your reaction to this, Congressman?
Well, first, Reverend Sharpton, I'm sorry that you have had to be the target of this attack, just like I'm offended that so many other people are under attack. And this is why this upcoming election matters so much. It's not only about the outcome of the election, but these are the very people who are trying to take away the tools of opportunity for black people every day to exist. These are the people who are attacking diversity, equity, and inclusion. They're attacking a woman's freedom to make her own health care decisions. They're attacking the ability for us to have access to capital so that we can start and grow our businesses. So not only is it a physical assault, it is an assault on our very being as black people and our ability to have economic opportunity. We have to turn the page from these racist ideologues who are pitting each other against each other, pitting Americans against each other, and we need to support Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, and Democrats who are working to move us forward, not backwards.
Finally, I was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania yesterday in my capacity as head of the National Action Network, was joined by members of the exonerated Central Park Five, reaching out to young people and encouraging leaders to get the vote out in a nonpartisan way in November, but given the facts on all the candidates. We also will be visiting other battleground states, including Ohio, Wisconsin, and North Carolina as part of our bus tour. As you travel this country, what is your sense of enthusiasm among black voters right now, especially younger people?
Well, I'm so thankful that you launched your tour in Pennsylvania. Tomorrow, the Vice President, Kamala Harris, will be in my district in Las Vegas, and the Congressional Black Caucus is actually launching action all across the country over the final 38 days. And what we are seeing is enthusiasm, excitement, and energy on the ground. But look, let's be frank. There's still some undecided, uncommitted voters who are out there, particularly young black men who have a stake. We have a perspective in this upcoming election, and we need to ensure that we are engaging with them, that we're talking directly with them, that we are meeting them where they are, that we're inviting them into this process, because democracy is a team sport, and we have to make sure that every voice, including black men, are heard this November at the ballot box. So I will be joining my colleagues with the Congressional Black Caucus and others within the D9, as well as the HBCU community and the civil rights community, including yourself, Reverend Sharpton, so that we meet people where they are, and we lift up every single vote, especially the black vote, which has been consequential in every other presidential election, and it will be this November.
All right, as always, thank you for being with us. Chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, Congressman Stephen Horsford.